Location evidence feels precise because maps draw tidy dots and lines. In reality, it is an estimate dressed as a point. In this episode, Geofences and Timelines, reading location evidence without overreach, we unpack how location data is created, what geofence warrants collect, and how to build fair timelines that respect both capability and uncertainty. Language is neutral. Examples are generalized. No graphic detail. Start with how phones make location. GPS triliterates from satellites but is affected by sky view, buildings, and device power saving. Phones also infer position from cell towers and Wi-Fi networks. These are coarse or context-dependent. Apps sample location at different rates, sometimes only when opened. Timestamps can reflect when a fix was taken, when it was uploaded, or when a server processed it. Each layer adds drift. A location dot is not a truth atom. It is a best guess with a confidence circle. What is a geofence warrant? Investigators define a time window and a geographic box. A provider returns anonymized device IDs observed in that box, often with location points just before and after so-called steps. Later rounds may request de-anonymization for devices of interest. Some providers also return motion type, walking, driving, or activity confidence. Policies and court rulings vary by country and over time. For our purposes, treat geofences as bulk queries that start wide and must be narrowed with care. Common mistakes in reading geofence results. Mistake 1, treating a single point as proof of presence inside a building. A dot snapped to a map polygon can be meters off. Wi-Fi and tower signals often bleed across streets and walls. Mistake 2, ignoring time model differences. Device clock versus server receipt means seconds or minutes can shift. Mistake 3, confusing not observed with not present. Absence may reflect airplane mode, dead battery, or an app not running. Mistake 4, forgetting multipath errors. Urban canyons reflect signals and place dots where no human could stand. Build timelines with ranges, not absolutes. Convert all timestamps to a single standard, UTC, and record the original zone. Note the source for each point, GPS, Wi-Fi cell. Where confidence radii are known, draw them or state them. Plus or minus 20 meters at 68% confidence. Align device points with independent anchors. CCTV timestamps, toll tags, door logs, transaction times, or vehicle telematics. Prefer convergence of multiple sources over reliance on a single app's trace. Reading provider exports without overreach. Google and Apple exports can include accuracy estimates, activity tags, and device states. App SDK logs often show last known positions, not continuous tracking. Some ad tech datasets infer location from background beacons. These are less reliable indoors. When in doubt, look for fields named accuracy, confidence, or source. If fields are absent, treat the point as low confidence. Do not invent a precision the file does not claim. Edge cases matter. In apartments, stacked floors share Wi-Fi and may collapse into one dot. In malls, multiple stores resolve to the same centroid. In rural areas, towers are far apart. Cell-based positions can be hundreds of meters wide. In tunnels, GPS drops. Apps fill gaps with dead reckoning or last seen points. When dots teleport, check for time gaps and app restarts. If a path requires superhuman speed, you have a sampling or clock problem, not teleportation. Ethics and privacy live alongside method. Bulk location queries can sweep in many uninvolved people. If you are telling a story, anonymize device IDs and avoid maps that could identify private homes. If you critique a dataset, strip addresses and blur non-public places. Ask whether your conclusion requires publishing a map at all. Often, a sentence about ranges and anchors does the job without exposing personal patterns. For listeners, here is a sanity checklist when you hear location claims. 1. What is the data source, provider, app, cell records, or ad tech, and what fields show accuracy? 2. Were times normalized to one zone? 3. What independent anchors exist? 4. How large is the confidence circle at critical moments? 5. What alternative explanations fit the same dots? Last known location, device left behind, airplane mode. If answers are vague, downgrade certainty. A simple, fair phrasing style keeps you honest. Say the device reported a location consistent with being near X between 21:02 and 21:02 2107 with accuracy reported as about 30 meters. Not the person was at X at 2105. Say the phone was not observed after 2210, not the phone left. Use verbs that describe data, not intent. List what would change your view. A receipt, a camera timestamp, or a vehicle log overlapping this window would strengthen this inference. Caselets to fix ideas, generalized. 1. A geofence around a park produced many devices, narrowing by dwell time and exit paths plus CCTV reduced candidates responsibly. 2. An app log placed a device inside a store at night. The accuracy field showed plus or minus 80 meters, and the door sensor showed no entry, probable sidewalk pass by. 3. A last known point near a residence was read as at home. Toll and car logs showed the person driving during that minute. Upload delay misled the reader. Convergence corrected the narrative. If you build maps, show your work. Display accuracy circles, not just pins. Annotate time zones. Include a legend for data sources. Avoid colors that imply certainty gradients when the underlying confidence is binary or unknown. Provide a text caption that states limits. When you publish, attach a methods note. Extraction tools, normalization steps, and any filtering rules, points with accuracy over 100M excluded. Legal context shifts, so hold conclusions lightly. Courts continue to debate how broad a geofence may be and what constitutes particularity. Some jurisdictions require stronger narrowing and minimization. As a storyteller or analyst, you do not need to litigate. You need to avoid overclaiming. Treat bulk data with extra humility and center your conclusions on corroborated, human-scale anchors. We close with a steady reminder. Location data can illuminate movement, but it is not an oracle. Dots are suggestions. Circles are honesty. Timelines earn trust when they show uncertainty, align independent sources, and resist the temptation to turn estimates into declarations. When we do that, we respect both truth and the privacy of people who never ask to be part of our maps. Next time, we'll pivot to interviewing without harm. How to ask good questions in sensitive cases, when to stop, and how to avoid creating new trauma while still learning what you need to tell a careful story. Narration generated with AI, facts verified from public sources. No legal advice is given. The purpose is education and public safety. If you have a case tip or a documented pattern to share, use a safe channel and remove personal information that could identify non-public individuals.